Hey everybody, I wanted to do a second part to this. This is Red Soul. I stopped off here last video. The artwork is just beautiful on this. Everything. Here's Blacksad bringing the professor his hat. And everything is like he enters in the school here and he's got this hat. The guy throws it to him, this painter. And he goes to the college, university, and he walks in and the girls are all liking him and the guys are all, man, who's this guy? And they don't like him, but the girls think he's cool. He walks in and he looks at this guy and says, hey, this guy don't look right. He's got cowboy boots on or leather, whatever they are. And so he's checking him out. He's like, I read a detective. So, you still erase the board at the end of each class? Yes, my old habit of leaving no trace. Your hat. Who could have done that to poor Toro? Whoever it was, I don't think they were after him. But the real owner of that hat. You should take extra care until this case is cracked, Professor. Come now, John. Your childhood days of hiding from the police in the old aquarium basement are over. Is that still standing, by the way? I haven't been back there in a dog's age. I remember it used to be the minister's crown jewel. But this is beautiful artwork. Everything. See, the guys who did this, this is Blacksad. This is from this book here that I'm going through. And it's got different stories in it. But Juan Diaz Canales and Juanjo, it's probably Juanjo Granita. I'll spell it and pronounce it right and everything. But just beautiful. When you look at the artwork, you're like, wow. The time he took to do everything. And like this, look at the sun coming through the trees there and the leaves on everything, how he does everything, the lighting. It's just beautiful. And he's watching out. There's this guy with those boots again. He ain't right. Uh-oh. Now they're arguing. Yes, it was the only project my father and I ever get financed, and only because the mayor thought it was going to be a good deal. We never could get funds for the library or the conservatory. They're still laughing and giggling and everything, and they're yelling at each other. Well, you could do what you could. But what you were given the chance to do, you were able to teach a group of kids to read, at least. I'd give you a ride home, but I'm late for a meeting. Don't worry, I drove. Be careful, Professor. It might sound like a cliche, but the fact is that I had a rough childhood, and Lieber had saved my hide more than a few times. It was my turn to return the favor, and I decided to become his guardian angel. Okay, you're trading something off. You don't need to be a genius to figure out when you've just stumbled onto a secret. If the place is suspicious, the hour suspicious, and the people there are doing something awfully strange, then you can bet there's something fishy going on. And he's looking and looking, he sees somebody, he goes, who's this guy? Way out. Electric company, huh? He's got them boots on. He's like, what? You see this guy's like, what in the world is this guy doing? Hey, look at that guy. Look at his face. Look at them teeth. It's like, it's amazing how he draws it. He draws like the villains. A lot of the villains are like snakes and lizards and different things like that. And the good guys, and different, he seems like he figures out a different animal, a different species or something for different things. Like the owl he's pretty smart. The birds looks all smart and everything. And the big tough guys and everything are different rhinos and everything. So the bears and the gorillas and the stuff are boxers and stuff. So fighters. But if a guy with a detonator in his hand adds himself into the equation, it's time to stop thinking. Wow. And run. He goes down the steps. Vroom. Vroom. Professor! Oh, he's running. Look at that. Look how beautiful the cars and everything are. Just cool the setting, how he draws everything. Ah! John, but what? No time. Clack. Boom. Wow, man. And he's walking away. After getting away with that, John will get him. Now he's taking his coat off and throws the coat, electric company coat in the trash. And does that look like John flying through the air? Wow. Crash. Wow, man. Eek! And he just caved his chest in. Oh, he's going to grab something and whack him across the head with it. Oh, there it is. Right across his face. Crack. Lovely to meet you. See you soon, cat. Oh, man. You can't get... Oh, he got down the sewer. Man, oh, man. Oh, look at the firefighters. Wow. No sign of the driver. Not dead, not alive, just gone. Tell Dorothy I accept her invitation. Huh? I'm wondering what's going on. Is this the two of you? Wow. Yes, during our honeymoon, soaking wet. Come on, John. Let's get out of here before she starts getting all misty-eyed. Oh, how I envy you, my dear. It must be fascinating being surrounded by so many cultured and intelligent people. You know those two qualities don't necessarily go hand in hand. Oh, they're out on the window for a smoke. That's cool. Like, it's like you have to be able to draw everything when you're doing stuff like this. It's like, wow. I just get reference materials and figuring out how you want to tell your story and where you want to do the settings and everything. This is cool. The crocodile's name is Ribs, or at least that's the name we have on his records. Very sought after hitman whose rep sheet makes Capone look like a choir boy. Explosives expert? No, chemistry isn't his domain. Hand-to-hand combat. Still, though, that bomb, it wasn't simple. Even the lab had a hard time figuring out its composition. Wow. Look how beautiful that is. Wow, that's cool. To take the time to want to spend the time to do that. I wonder where he is right now. Oh, man. The professor. I thought John must have ran away to catch the guy, but he must have left the guy. He left the professor alone. So. I'm gonna get a street. Man. He's out on his own. What if he knew he got away like that? The cat's trying to get away. Still in a purse or something. He's in a daze. Looks like he's going to a church now. Everybody deserves another chance. Oh, he's at church. Wow. Look at the setting here. This is beautiful here. It's a cool cottage, like Just a nice house. Not really a cottage, just a really nice house there. Oh, he snuck in. He's upset somebody. Chimpanzee or something. Jealousy and envy. A professional jealousy had pushed Herzl to hire a hitman to take out Lieber and indirectly Arturo, the victim of a fatal misunderstanding. That was my theory, but I needed hard proof of a link between Ribs and Laszlo. Make one move, and there'll be empty space where your head used to be. Wow, that's a cool move. He made a move. Ooh, blam! Arrgh. Got the gun off of him. Arrgh. You may be a genius with chemistry, but your tough guy act needs some work. So smart move hiring a pro like Ribs. Sight of blood makes you squirmish, huh? So he's ripping his shirt. Uh-oh. So he's got a number. The horrors I've endured don't allow me to be squeamish around much. I belong to an association of Holocaust survivors whose main objective is to hunt down Nazi war criminals. I don't understand. Otto Lieber is not who he says he is. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Do you want to go through my drawers? Go ahead, see for yourself. Or did you want to go through my drawers? Just who our distinguished scientist was before he became a defender of peace and democracy. Wow. Do you read the Bible? No, of course not. You're not the kind of man. You should know, though, that the sky has already fallen once, but there was one man, Noah, chosen by God, who was prepared for the event. Oh gosh, who's this guy? You know, Mr. Gottfield, I'm convinced the Reds have decided to destroy us. It may be a question of months, days, or even hours. We must be ready. It's our duty as good patriots. What do I have to do? Help me capture certain enemies of our nation who happen to be regulars in your home. Gosh, the heat. I'm suffocating. Man, oh man, he looks vicious. But of course, you forget that we're 65 feet underground with nothing above us but miles upon miles of desert. That's a cool room. Look how he did that, drew that, and painted that. That's really cool. And the angles that he decided to draw in, that's cool. These would be some awesome animated movies. Hopefully they one day come out with them. Look at these scenes here. Really nice. He draws the city and everything. Just everyday life is really cool with all the different people. And the axe is already at the root of the trees. And every tree that does not produce good fruit will be cut down. Alma. Nothing would have been a better antidote for the pain Laszlo's revelation had caused me. And thrown into the fire. We were going to get together after a restaurant meeting with some of the other apostles. Extra, extra, Gotfield spills the beans. Reds take major hit. But Gotfield had decided to spoil our evening. Fascist animals! Let's go, buddy. Don't make this hard on yourself. These faces and everything. People look a little bit upset. There's Blacksad hiding behind a little plant there. Too late. I was going to have to resort to my old tricks, the ones that never let me down. How you doing, fellas? Backup has arrived. Man. Any trouble? Nah, everything's under control, right, doll? Too snug. I'll take the stairs. Okay. What? Blacksad took him out. Yeah! The doggo? Shh. Not a peep weekly. Whoa, what's this? Trouble with a scorned husband, huh? I see you're making your job a little more personal. Shut your dirty mouth. I need to hide her here for a few days while the FBI... we've got the FBI on a trail. Mm-hmm. The FBI? Blacksad, what are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Take it easy. I'll be fine. Weren't you on your way out? Yeah, but, Huh? Off you go. Have a good day. I owe you one. Slam. The look on his face. The old FBI trick. Yeah, I've used that one before. Good old Weekly. Hard to know what's filthier about him, his mind or his place. He must have left thinking this was all just a trick to get you into bed. And that's not the case? Not my style. What exactly is your style? Uh-oh. How's Stewie say it? Chicka wow, chicka wow wow. Alright. Thought I'd play some music for this. Everything, see what's going on here. Does Project Noah ring any bells? No, why? A couple of days ago, I heard Gotfield mention it while he was on the telephone. He was also talking about a list of the chosen. Do you think that was something to do? Wait just a second. Okay. All right, let me try that again. I didn't want to mess it up, but I'm just going through here and just seeing this artwork and everything like that. I don't want to have it, try to censor it out a little bit. So, does Project Noah ring any bells? No, why? A couple of days ago, I heard Gotfield mention it while he was on the telephone. He was also talking about a list of the chosen. Do you think that has something to do with his siding with Gallo? Really? Aren't you at all worried about the end of the world? I'm seeing that the dang fool. He's so sure that Bland is going to be destroyed, he should have taken advantage of the beauty around him. Really? Aren't you all worried about the end of the world? You see, it's jumping around. And see, the way they did it here, do you think this has something to do with the siding with Gallo? It could. I don't know what happened to him. What it, what I do know is that he's been acting very strange lately, more and more obsessed with a nuclear attack. And then it jumps over to here. The dang fool. He's so sure the dang world is going to be destroyed, he should take advantage of the beauty around him. Really? Aren't you at all worried about the end of the world? And then it jumps around. I am now, yeah. I only hope it waits long enough for me to take you to Niagara Falls. Then we go here. And it's more song. And she's falling for him, I see. Turns out there's a superstitious side to you after all. Superstitious side to you after all. What else can an old black cat like me believe in? Wow. Now it's jumping on this here. Now he's over here by himself. His guy's painting. So this is what Lipdick Chapel. So this is the Lipdick Chapel. Doesn't look like much like a chapel to me. Me neither. And tell me why a Russian atheist. Why would a Russian atheist be in a religious place anyways? And he's like, what in the world's going on here? Maybe he can tell us. Let's hope he's as talkative as some of his pastoral comrades. Oh, goodness, here. Yeah, buddy. Because thanks to them, we know what you're up to. You and your friend Lieber. You know how this works. You tell us where the old guy is, and we'll let you keep drawing on the walls. Go to heck. I don't think so, Red. Heck is where you're headed if you don't cooperate. Go ahead. If you think threatening me is going to achieve anything, you're wrong. I'm too old and too sick to be afraid of dying. Oop. Who said anything about dying? Why use force when truth serums exist? You got dang bastards! Uh-oh. He don't look good. Say, he doesn't look too good. Not too good at all. Crap. Dang geezer got his way after all. Huh? Heads or tails for who types up the report. Oh, man. Now we got this here. Cool fish. He's still contemplating himself, thinking about what's going on. Wow. I asked Alma to give me a couple of days before meeting up with her. First I had to find Lieber, and I knew just where to look. You know, John, fish are fascinating creatures. You see that blue one there? It's a remarkable predator. It eats mainly the small fish you see there around it. But when it feels that its life cycle is over, it approaches a school of the small fish and allows itself to be devoured by them. Wow. Maybe that's the way of asking for their forgiveness and repaying its debt. Nature is wise. It ends one's life, and with that allows others to carry on. Oh, he's like, what in the world? We make a lot of mistakes throughout our lives. It's only natural. There's no other way to learn. The anguish is when others pay for those mistakes. It's unfair. It's cruel and tragic. The other day, while I was standing in the ruins of my father's church, I came to a horrible realization. My life has been one gigantic mistake, a failed project. Not my work, nor my father's work. No good came out of any of it. I wanted to better the lives of the people in this neighborhood, and I failed. I gave up too soon. Now everything is even worse. I went back to my country with hopes of building a new order, creating a better world, and it ended up being the most senseless catastrophe of all time. I chose the wrong side, and now my homeland is nothing but a great heap of smoking rubble. And then I listened to Litvik's advice, a good man, but as deluded in his ways as I was. His theory seemed logical. The only way to maintain our precarious world peace was to have a balance of power between the two dominant sides. Wow, Blacksad's really looking like what? For months, I've been feeding Litvik the information necessary for the Russians to produce their own H-bomb. I'm not yet dead, and already I'm in history books. I'm seen as a wise man, someone capable of unraveling all of nature's mysteries. And yet I've made a mistake of colossal proportions. And even worse, I no longer have time to fix it. He's pointing, going downstairs. Goodbye, smart Alec. Maybe Lieber was right. The secret of the most powerful weapon ever imagined by mankind was probably already out and spreading like a cancer, and it was surely too late to avoid it. But I had to at least try. I went to see Litvik, hoping he hadn't already passed along the formulas. But he wasn't feeling very communicative. Once again, I had to rely on my instincts. The painting. Whoa. How had I not seen it before? I don't like the docks. Definitely not a place I'd recommend hanging around. Docks are usually the place in movies where things end poorly. This beautiful artwork, look at that. Good evening, sir. My name is John H. Blackmore, Customs Inspector. Would this happen to be the vessel transporting paintings for the Gottfried Foundation exhibit in East Berlin? Huh? Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to have a look around to make sure everything's all. Fritz Jorgendig, what in the world? Schichtpologist Eiergitz und Asdief. Fred George, the crap cop is on us. Off your balls, it says. Uh-oh, they're jumping for him. Urk. Grabbed his tail. And threw him splat. Splosh. Ugh. My bag of tricks was evidently in need of a restock. In order to detect the different layers hidden underneath a painting's final version, art specialists usually use X-rays. Those layers, often unfinished missteps, are called pentimenti, repentances. Litvik had transcribed Lieber's formulas onto a canvas. Then over them he had painted one of his pieces, and hidden under that thick layer of paint, the secret of the H-bomb was set to go behind the Iron Curtain. He even went so far as to make 2 identical copies of the Red Soul painting. That way, once the exhibit was over, one of the paintings would return without anyone being the wiser.